Welcome, everybody. This is our first official episode, season 1, episode 1. My name is Kaylalea, and my beautiful best friend right here is
Kaylah. That's cool how you point and I'm like right here. But yeah, I'm Kaylah. What's up? What do you do?
And we out here, and this is our first episode of 1-800
Hot Mess. Period, because we're a hot ass mess all the time. So,
and honestly, who knows what we're gonna be talking about on this podcast? Every week's gonna be different
because we don't even know what we're gonna. We don't even know. So, I mean, just stay tuned. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Also, mind your business about my nails. They're done, but they're not. So. Yeah, anything you see, just mind your business. Anyway, so yeah, coming to you live, first episode. How are we feeling today?
Today has honestly it's been a good day so far. I know you've done a lot more productive things than I have today.
I've been in the house, but I've been productive. I'm really proud of myself because I really was like tired as hell. As usual, that's
nothing new here,
right? So
but honestly, that's what matters when you're like tired as fuck and you just bust all these things out.
Right, I was busting it down and I was like, wow, I'm really getting stuff done. Like, I got up. What time did I get up? I got up at, I think I texted you early, right?
Yes.
But did I text you early in the morning, or did I text you? Girl,
or was it late at night?
I think it was late. It was late at night, but I woke up early this morning. I woke up early this morning at like 8 or 9. No, I woke up at 6 or 7. I went back to sleep for like 30 minutes. And then I just got up and I started doing stuff, and I've been doing stuff all day. I just realized that. So
love that for you.
It's great, but hopefully we'll continue that tomorrow.
Right.
Wait, I have to
go. Gotta keep up the productivity.
Duh, I'm gonna have to do it because I go to work tomorrow at like 10.
And then you're probably gonna do stuff after that too.
Most likely, yeah. I have to finish that video. I forgot. But yeah, what are we gonna start with, ma'am? What do you think we should what do you have on your mind? Let's say that as our what do you have on your mind?
What do I have on my mind? Let's see. What's been going on? You tell me, because you're the single one over here. I don't know what's going out. Like, what are the streets like nowadays?
The streets. I think I've honestly been parked for a little minute. I could say honestly that I've been parked out of the streets. I don't know, like me, you know me. Okay, so she knows me because she's known me for how long has it been? Like more than 10, 11 years at this point.
Damn, it really has been.
Honestly. It's been a hell of a long time.
I want to say what, like 2013?
Is when we met. No, it's now 2021. I think it was 2013. It was in 7th grade.
Let me do that math.
Yeah, because girl, I can't do it in my head.
I am not a math whiz. Sorry, guys. 8 years.
How many?
8.
I thought it was 10. I thought we hit 10 already.
I thought so too. Yeah, no. Minus 13. Because what year was 7th grade for us? I'm really trying to think right now. It had to have been 2012, 2013.
Okay, so maybe not. Maybe it's been like 9 years.
I think it's been 9 years.
Okay, so almost 10. Okay, so that sounds like the right thing. So she knows me. So she knows that I'm like lovey. I'm a Cancer. I like love. Like every time I think about love, I'm just like, but throughout the years, it's kind of changed. So I went through like a little phase where I, try to talk to different men at the same time. Like when I was like 19, 18, 19, before I got into like my very first relationship. And I got about that yet, but that couldn't handle it. It was just too much pressure. I was like, I'm not built for this. Like, I want a man. Now I'm really just like kind of like I don't give a fuck, but I do. I'm more like, I don't know. I haven't talked to you about that recently. So recently I've been kind of just like, if it happens, it happens. I'll hang out with people, but I really haven't been hanging out with like anybody, really, not even like my girlfriends. Like I have, but not often. So I really haven't been giving the time of day to like a lot of dudes lately. I've been out of like, I've never really been in the streets. I've always wanted men. Like,
you've been on the sidewalk.
Yeah, like it's like if somebody comes along and be like, hey, you want to go out, you want to go on a date, or like you want to be a sneaky link. Like I've tried sneaky links. I'm not gonna lie, I've tried that before.
Right.
But I don't like it because baby, I fall in love in 2 days. So if
listen,
the streets hard for me because people in the streets don't want me. Y'all, if y'all are in the streets, do not come towards me because I'm trying to fall in love. And if I'm not trying to fall in love, I'm gonna still fall in love anyway. So I need you to stay away from me because it's gonna be a problem.
Right.
Yeah. So that's really it. It's like I'm single, but then if I meet somebody and I really, really, really like him, like he's my man. I don't care.
True.
So yeah. How's your love going?
That was honestly me before. I'm currently in a relationship. Obviously, Kayla knows this, but I've been in a relationship for the past over 2 years, which is still wild to me.
That's crazy. Oh my God. Has it been that long?
It has been that long.
Hasn't it been a year since you moved?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we hit our 1 year when I moved. Right. It's wild.
That's crazy.
It's still crazy. And the only reason why it's so crazy to me sometimes is because, like, one, with him, it just clicks. So it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But two, I was single for so long before this relationship that it still shocks me sometimes that I've been in a relationship for so long.
I can honestly say that both of our like love lives before like your relationship have been not really serious. Like I had a relationship, remember, my relationship for like 1.5 years. Yes. But I feel like all the stuff we've had before now has been like, we were immature then.
Right. But we didn't didn't realize it though.
We didn't. You know we were so in love. Like, bitch, no. No, you weren't. Like, I don't think so. I think y'all are really serious. Like, and then I'm not trying to get into anything with anyone now. That's my mindset. Like, I'm at the point where I'm either like it's all about the money and me getting money, or you're gonna come into my life and you're gonna actually be serious. And I'm not playing no more. Like at this point, I'm not playing no more because I can't. Like, I fall in love way too easy. Like not with just anybody. It's not even like that. So it's just like if I really, really, really like you, like I'm going to like catch feelings. And maybe it may be an infatuation. If I really like you, maybe like a honeymoon phase in my head, but because I've gotten over people really fast too. Like if they piss me off really bad, I'm just like, okay, yeah, I don't need you anymore. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But
I feel like I genuinely do feel like you and I have kind of treated men somewhat similarly, because like my first official relationship was in high school, and that was I want to say we were dating for 3 years. But then when we broke up, my attitude towards guys was like, yes, I was treating men kind of the way men treat us, where like they could have sex and not have like feelings and things like that. But there was always like that one guy.
It was. Where but you could always do that. I would say that about you. You could always do that. I wasn't capable of that. I'm still not.
That is true. That is true. It was a little harder for you. I was always capable of like separating the two.
Right. Like not giving a fuck.
Exactly. But in the back of my head, I also knew I was in love with like the main hoe, which I shouldn't have been. I should have been able to separate myself. Exactly. So I do fall hard, but I will say that I think I have been able to like separate feelings from physical acts.
Right. Kaylalea knows how to not give a fuck way more than I do. So like it just works. But she still gives a fuck sometimes. But it depends. Like
it definitely depends.
But me, like, I mean, it still depends with me because, like I said, I'm not gonna fall in love with just any old crusty ass
Like
man.
nobody.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yes.
I'm not even saying that just as like in general, like men are crusty. Like, no, not all men are crusty. So don't take that the wrong way. But like, I don't not, it's just not anybody. Like, I don't know. But I definitely do fall in love. Whoever it is that I'm interested in, I do fall in love fast, or I do catch interest fast. Like, definitely.
But I feel like that just shows that you know kind of what you want in a way.
Definitely. Yeah. I feel like that too. Cause like I think what my problem was, I was in a way different headspace. Like my relationship of a year and a half was going on. And then after when I moved to Texas and I talked to those two dudes, girl, I was in a way different headspace with myself. So first you have to be in a good headspace with yourself to even know what you want. Like I had to get that all together. Like when I came back, like came back to Florida, I was on it. Like I was like starting to realize like what I wanted in my life as far as like my career and like just what I wanted in life. I wanted more in life, whether it was like myself or what I wanted to do for a living or just love. Like, so now I'm at a point where I'm just like, I know what the fuck I deserve, bitch. Like I'm gonna get it. If you're not gonna give this to me, then if I don't want it, if I don't want what you're giving, then I'm not gonna like, what's the point? Like if you can't give me the full thing, if you can't give me what I want, which is love and which is genuine love, and you can't treat me how I want to be treated and treat me like we're in a relationship, like fuck all that sneaky link shit. Like I'm only 23, yeah, but I'm no, like I want to build a future with somebody. Like if that like I don't know, a lot of people be like, you're too young, blah blah. No, I'm not. Like if you actually do it with somebody that's gonna give that to you, like you can build like if somebody's serious and they have something going for themselves and they're willing to give you that, girl, what you could build a lot of stuff like involving love and stuff with that person. Like I'm ready to be with somebody. Like I'm ready. Like I've gotten to that point where I'm just like fuck settling. Like that's what I've been doing. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Like I've settled because of what other people have wanted, and that's not okay. Like don't ever settle.
I wanted to, it's an interesting topic too that you just brought up where I feel like because, so we're both 23 for all the class to know. I hate when people tell us we're too young when it comes to anything to do with relationships.
Right, because
like that doesn't make sense to me only because we all know back in the day everyone was getting married like out of high school.
Right, or like getting married off or like just stuff like that. Like, and I'm just like, how are we too young? Like maybe it's because they don't want us to experience what they've experienced, but we have to all have I had to learn that the hard way. We have to all have our own experiences to be able to go through life and know things, because now that I've gone through certain things, I know certain things about myself. Like I don't want this, I want this. Like now that I've gone through certain things, I know that I want a relationship. Like I don't want a sneaky link anymore. Like from now on it will be a relationship, and if you can't give me that, then like it's on to the next. So I feel like you have to go through certain things. Like I feel like they just said that just to be like, well, I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. I have to.
Exactly.
Otherwise, how am I gonna know? Like, how am I gonna know? I'm not.
Right.
So maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know what it is with that whole saying. I hate people say that to me. Like when people say that to me, like it's like I listen, but I don't. Like I'm just like I just let them talk, because I mean, how am I too young? Like it's maybe when we first get into high school, yeah, because we still have a lot of growing to do. So I get it, but now, girl, I want a man. Like I'm over here. Like, I want a man. Owe me a man's like a for real man, not a fake one that's just gonna be like play. Because you know what dudes do to me? They'll realize I want a relationship and how lovey I am, and they'll use that to their advantage. I'm gonna keep her around, so you know I want to keep you know doing it where I'm gonna keep fucking her and you know going out and embracing her energy and all this stuff, and having her take care of me because that's how I am. I take care of people that I love and that I care about. Not even necessarily always love, just care about, that I give a fuck about. And it's like they learn that and they take advantage of that and they want to keep me around. I can't tell you how many dudes that I realized have done that to me. Girl, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't want to sneaky link anymore. And then like when it comes up, like it's not even really like, oh, are you gonna be my boyfriend or are you gonna be my girlfriend? It's like it comes up somehow of a relationship topic, and I find out that they're not about it, and I'm just like, I wasted a couple months fucking on this nigga for no reason. Like, ghetto. Oh my god, let me get my charger. I can hear you though.
No, I feel that because honestly, guys, the dating culture of today it doesn't make sense. It's a whole mess.
It's ghetto, honestly.
Literally. From what I do remember, I know it's been a minute, but I just remember like the fact that we have situationships, that's even a word.
That's even a thing. Like, I hate 2021 sometimes. My mom always tells me, girl, she's like, you weren't even supposed to be in this. Oh, sorry. You weren't even supposed to be in this era. Like, you weren't even supposed to be born like when you were born because you're so old school. I am. I really am.
But we need more of that. Like,
we do, because
all these people have right now.
It's like, and we actually accepted the fact that accepted sneaky links and accepted that people don't want to be in relationships. And I remember both of us were at a point where we're just like, I don't want a boyfriend. I want to be in the streets. Like, because we've been influenced to think that way because nobody wants to love genuinely.
Right.
It's sad, honestly. Like,
it really is.
Like, who hurts y'all? Like, I've been hurt. You've been hurt. We've all been hurt. But damn, like, why is my hotspot on?
Careful.
Right, because how long has that been on? I don't think that long. I think I accidentally turned it. But girl,
no, but it's true, honestly, because that's why I had to cut off certain. I had a situationship that lasted literally. That thing was too long. I think it was like
the almost one in college.
Years. Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. And I thought y'all were gonna actually end up together. Like, you know how like people like end up in situationships, but then they really want each other like really bad. But honestly, I think he was too hurt or something.
I think so. I think his ex messed him up real bad.
Probably. That's usually how it happens.
That's normally what it happens. Like, I look to this day, I don't think he ever got over his ex.
Right.
Because I remember when she came back into the picture, he dropped like everything for her. And I was like, ooh. But the sad part was that was such a red flag, and I still didn't exit the situation.
It's because we do that all the time. Women do that. Like, I always see TikToks about that where like God will send you like a red flag and you'll be like, no, I need another one. And another red flag and like, nope, not good enough. Like, we ignore it because we get into the person too much. Like, we get too involved with the wrong people.
And on top of that, I don't know if you do this. I used to do this really bad where I would like fall in love with the situations I was making up in my head. Girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, in my head, we were so cute.
That's the worst thing. I hate doing that. Like, you picture something like, oh my God, it's gonna be like this. I can make him. I don't do this anymore, but I used to be like, oh my God, I can maybe, you know what I'm saying, if he sees how much I care about him and love him, like maybe he'll do this. No,
it's never gonna happen
at all. That's never. No, not. He's gonna change on his own time, ladies. And when he wants you, which you may be on to like the next 3 niggas, like he might not even get you anymore. So
exactly.
You deserve what you deserve, but don't wait on that dude. Don't make up fake scenarios in your head because he won't change for anything. He's gonna change when he wants to on his own time, if he ever does change. Because some people don't change. Girl, one of my friends told me about my ex. You know, my ex girl. He still hasn't changed after it's been, how long have me and him been broken up? Like before I moved to Texas. Right before I moved to Texas, right before I turned 21, because I moved June 1st or something like that.
It was June of like 2018, 2019, I think.
2019, because I had turned 21. I had turned 21 that year. So he still hasn't changed, girl.
I'm not surprised.
So between the year and a half that we've been together plus now, like between then and now, girl, he be like, my friend be telling me stuff and I'm just like, okay, well, that's your friend now. Like, I don't get how people don't evolve. Like it doesn't seem like he's evolved at all. Like I'm a whole different person now.
Literally.
It doesn't seem like he changed. Like it just blows me. So.
And it's wild because I don't know if I told you about this, but so I have a cousin. I'm not gonna say her name on here just for purposes of privacy.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep her name out, not be messy.
Yes, but you know who I'm talking about, right. My older cousin. She was in a relationship up until recently with a 34-year-old man.
I didn't know that.
Tell me how. They broke up because she was starting to feel a disconnect from him. Like they hadn't had sex in 3 months type shit. They had it like, and so my cousin's like insanely extroverted. Like she's super outgoing. She likes to go to barbecues. She likes to go out. It's not even that she likes to party all the time, but she likes to be like out. Right.
She's a people person.
Right. And her now ex was like a chronic introvert, which is, listen, there's nothing wrong with being an introvert. I am an introvert as well, but he was the type that like didn't leave his apartment ever. But
was he one of those toxic ones that was just like, if I don't leave the house, like you don't need to leave the house? Like, ew, no.
Yes.
Red flag.
Red flag. Tell me how. No, this is the worst part. Tell me how. She's been feeling like, okay, it's like we're friends at this point, like let's have a conversation. She sits him down. Oh, this was like over the phone, and she was like, listen, like this is how I've been feeling, like I don't know if we should continue this relationship, whatever. He has the audacity to respond, I've been feeling the same way for the past 3 months. And she goes, so if I never brought this up, would you have never brought it up? Right.
And that brings it around to the point that I made earlier, that men will keep you around because they benefit from that shit. They benefit from either your sex, which, I mean, they weren't having sex, so it had to have been her, whatever she was doing, because she's almost said her name. She's a lit person. She's lit. Who doesn't want her around? Like, exactly. I be missing her, and I only met her. I've been around her twice.
Like twice?
Twice. Ever. Yes. Our whole friendship, I've been around your cousin 2 times. And I'm like upset. Like I love her. Like she's like you, like my sister. Like, so who wouldn't want her around? Plus she probably cooks really good. And I bet she does. Like, who doesn't? That's what men do. They keep you around to benefit from you. If they don't still love you or anything like that, girl, I wouldn't be surprised if you cheated on her.
That's low key. That's what I asked her. I was like, the fact that and then on top of that, he didn't even like fight for her. He was just kind of like, yeah, we should break up. Like, I already have your stuff in a box. He literally said that to her. He was like, I already have all your stuff in a box.
He's had her stuff in a box for 3 months.
And I'm over here like, if you've been the fact that the communication was that weak, and he's 34. This is a 34-year-old man, my guys. 34, grown as fuck.
And age doesn't even matter at this point. Like, I've seen that a lot.
It proves that, like, if they don't get better, they're like never gonna get better. Like if they don't choose for themselves to get better, they're never gonna get better.
They're not. They need to choose, and they need to really be like, I'm a shitty ass nigga. Like I'm a shitty ass person, and I do shitty things to females. They really have to realize that. And then even still, that they realize that they won't change because some dudes actually like who they are. They like that oh yeah, I get this many hoes and I do this to women and fuck women and fuck their feelings, and yeah, I got 3 women that do different things for me and they don't even like. That's
Wow.
not something to brag about.
No, it's not cute.
It's not something to brag about.
No, like I don't know why you acting like you're cool.
That's ghetto. Ghetto. So like, and honestly, I don't even agree with. I would say I wouldn't agree with women doing that because I don't. Let me say I don't. Now I'm all into women and men having their fun, but I'm also not into hurting people in the process. Don't do that. And people actually thrive off of that. That's what I don't like.
I know. And honestly, because even when I was single, don't get me wrong, I broke a good amount of hearts, but I learned from those because I remember by the time I was right before I met my boyfriend, there was a few guys where I was genuinely honest with them from the get-go. Like they had been hitting on me for like months, trying to get me to go out, trying to get me to hang out. And I was sending little signals here and there. And then finally I was like, you know what? You're a good guy. You're so nice. There's nothing like wrong with you. I just don't see this going anywhere. And I hope that you don't get offended by this message.
But that's not helpful to me. That's not
exactly like they would respond. You know, I remember one guy specifically, he was like, I appreciate you being honest because most girls would just like me keep
around the bush playing games. Right.
And that kind of shocked me for a second because I was like, he's making it sound like no girl has ever like turned him down the right way. Right. Because I think we're all so used to like, oh, just ignore his text, or like, oh, just ghost him, or like, oh, just, you know, y'all went on one date, so like whatever. And like, yeah, it could have been one date, and yeah, obviously that doesn't mean a lot, but I feel like, what if that guy really did like you, right, and you ghost him, and then we start creating these guys that hate women? So it's like,
but I mean, I don't think that's an excuse for men to act the way that they do, because I feel like you handled it the correct way. What people do, well, I don't deal with females, so I don't really know how females act towards that situation. But like men, I mean, of course I have female friends, y'all, don't take that the wrong way. But as far as like romantically, men, I know that they literally like, how can I explain this? Like they I don't know, they just don't handle, maybe, okay, I know some men don't know how to handle those situations, but some men literally like will be like rude, or they'll just
like get angry, kind of.
Yeah, not angry, but very toxic.
Yeah,
and just hurtful. Like just be hurtful. Let's just say that men just be hurtful, and they do it on purpose. And I know hurt people, but I can never lead somebody on. Now, my problem, I would admit to, my problem is I don't beat around the bush, but like it's hard for me because I'm really like, when I do care about somebody's feelings, which is a lot, like even people that I don't know, like I would say like I do care about people's feelings and I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I'll like sugarcoat stuff, and that's not good, because I've noticed a lot of dudes will be like, maybe she's just playing hard to get, or maybe I could try this and it'll work. Maybe she's just shy. Like, no, like I don't really like you and I don't want to say it. Like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. Like, but you're cool, but like,
not in that way.
And yeah, like they'll be attractive and like, you know, like it's nothing. I don't want because a lot of dudes like they'll be hurt in the past and they'll take things the wrong way. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Like I it's just hard for me. Like I don't want to hurt their feelings. And that's a problem I've noticed. And I think that's why I just straight up like either just don't deal with people now. Like if I know I don't like them, I like at that point I will ignore people because I don't know how to say no sometimes.
Right.
So that's bad. But I'll just ignore you, or I mean, I'll just have conversation. But I won't let it get too deep. Like I won't show too much interest. I won't, you know, like your heart face, or I won't flirt back. Like you'll know when I like you because, like, well, maybe not because I don't want to be too thirsty. That's another thing with me. Like I don't like to seem thirsty. So I feel like dudes will never know that I like them.
Right.
Unless there's just one dude that knows I like him. There's one. But we've gotten deep. So it's like I don't mind expressing my feelings because we're really good friends.
Right.
That's one person I could say, like, it's not necessarily a sneaky link. Like we're friends that got to it. And I don't know. We're really close. Like I definitely like I we still fuck with each other, but we're not talking. Like we're I don't know what we are, but we're not sneaky links.
You guys are getting to know each other.
We've been knowing each other though. We've known each other like for a little minute. Like I don't want to put it out there because it might seem obvious, but we've known. I'll tell you about that off camera. But we've known each other for a minute. For like Kaylalea, like me and this man have known each other for
a while.
Yes, so we know each other, but I don't know what's different. Like we're really, really, really good. We have a really good connection, but we're not together. We're not sneaky links. I would never. I don't think I would call him. I wouldn't consider him a sneaky link. I wouldn't consider him that. So I don't know, but I guess really, really, really good friends. Like really good friends. Like really good friends. So I don't know. But any other dude, you won't know that I like you. Because I'm not about to be thirsty. I'm not about to chase you either. Like I don't chase dudes.
No.
Not even people that I like.
No.
Like I can't.
We don't do chasing. It's either we get chased or it's easy. You know what I mean?
Right. And people like dudes will be like, oh, why can't we get the chase? Because whenever like, yeah, they like when girls are bold. And sometimes I'll be like, hey, you know, you're handsome. Like I'll tell a dude, I don't mind. Me, I'm the type of person I don't mind telling a dude or a female like, hey, you know, you're really pretty or you're really handsome. Like, and I'll flirt a little bit, but I'm not like about to, okay, that's it. Like, that's all you get from me. And then like, you might not hear from me ever again. If I don't get the right energy from you, you're not going to hear from me. I'm going to be like, okay, well, no.
Exactly.
I can't do it. I can't. If I feel like I'm chasing you and I overthink a lot, so that might make me feel like I'm chasing you, even if I just compliment you. I'm weird in the head. Like,
no, but I used to think the same way because if I'm chasing you and I'm not feeling any type of energy back, it's like
that is sort of chasing.
Exactly.
And
I'm like, we all know how guys get when a girl he doesn't like is like trying to pursue him. He like shuts down.
Some of them. Now I do agree that yes, I 100% agree with you with certain men though, because certain men I've heard like on the other podcast that I was telling you about, they like when girls are bold and when we come at them and be like, hey baby, how you doing? Like they like that and I didn't know that. So like I just kind of took notes and I was like, okay, well, maybe I should be a little bit straightforward with you. Just a little bit.
Definitely be straightforward.
Right. But some people literally I've experienced things like that. Like they'll be like, oh, I thought she wanted a relationship. When did I say that?
Never.
You got distant from me because you thought I want a relationship and I've never told you, hey, I want you to be my boyfriend. I'm a grown ass woman. I know how to communicate.
Right.
I didn't want you to be my man.
Like, why are you assuming?
Right. Like, okay, I'm gonna admit, like, as women, we do make scenarios up in our head. I was talking to my friends about this. A couple of my friends, like a couple weeks ago, we make up scenarios in our head, and it's like, if we like you, you're instantly our boyfriend in our head, like I said earlier, but not for real, like we just playing. Like,
exactly.
Once after I learned who you were, the realistic me, not the me in my head, the realistic me is just like, yeah, chilling. No, he's not somebody you see yourself being with. And this dude really said he got distant, like after a while, like after I started acting weird towards him and he wanted to come back around, he was like, you know, you don't seem like you really want to talk to me like that and have a conversation and be on the phone with me. I was like, why would I need to be on the phone with you though? Like,
right.
What's the point when you didn't even want to give me this energy that you're giving me now? Why are you giving me this energy? That's what I'm interested in knowing. And he's like, well, I thought you wanted a relationship and blah blah. Like, I had to tell him like 2-3 times, like, I didn't want a relationship. I've never said that. I know how to communicate. Like, I've never told all the relationships I've had, like 2 play relationships and 1 sort of serious relationship. Out of all 3 of those, not once did I ask dude to be my boyfriend.
Right.
Or bring up the relationship thing. Like, I've said like I like you and stuff like that, but they've all made the move, you know. So I don't think I'm ever brave enough to make that move because, like you said, dudes get distant, and especially when they know you think you want a relationship. Like, Jesus Christ, I don't even want one with you, sir. So I agree with you. It just depends on the dude, I would say.
It definitely does. Because I also think it just depends on like what state or like phase they're in. Because I don't know if I've told you this before, but I asked my boyfriend to be my boyfriend. I was the one who asked him. So like he asked me first and I turned him down because I said I wasn't ready at that time. And then like a month or 2 later, I was the one who asked him. And then now we've been dating for 2 years.
But he still asked you first. But then, it's nothing wrong with girls asking either.
No.
I just can't. I'm not brave enough to. But with a situation like that, I could say I would because he asked first. And if I wasn't ready, I'd want to fill you out a little bit more and be like, okay, yeah, I'm ready now, babe. Like, let's go. What's up?
Right.
But I don't think I'm ever able to be like, I want you first. Not me.
Definitely, I think I second that with you because the few times where I was the bold one and I was like admitted my intentions first was when certain men in my life kind of backed up a little bit. And then obviously because of those experiences, I was a little more hesitant to say certain things. I mean, like I would always be bold, but I wouldn't be like, oh, I have feelings for you right away, or like I could see us dating in the future type of sentences, because I feel like those kind of scare guys. Well, again, depending on the guy, because all guys are different.
They are. I was never bold up. I could say I'm a lot more bold now than I was, because it would take somebody to be like, you know, like, I love you. And I'll be like, for real? And I'll be like, why? Like, I won't be like,
give me some point.
Or like, or maybe I think that happened with, maybe that did happen with 2 people, but I did question it. I was like,
you lying?
I like, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what is give me a definition, like, because I don't know, like I don't be believing people sometimes. I mean, I'm trying to get over that. I've gotten over that. I've been giving people the benefit of the doubt,
But I don't blame you either.
Because of the experiences. So right. I have gotten a little bit more guarded, which is not a bad thing, I don't think. I don't think I've gotten guarded in a toxic way. Right. I'm a very positive person, and now I'm more positive and more open-minded. So I doubt that I'm like, you know, toxic with it. But at the same time, I think it's just to protect myself, because especially my lovey-dovey ass needs to. Like, I don't need to be believing people automatically, because like I'll just fall in love faster. Like, it's just not good for me. It's not.
You definitely got to protect. I feel like there is a difference between like protecting your feelings and having your guard up. But I also feel like neither one of those is bad.
I don't think so. I just think so. It depends on how you present it. Like, right. I don't think people present it that well all the time. People are really toxic with that. Like when they I don't know. I know people that will say like they don't want to love again because of what happened to them before. And I'm like, okay, I get it, sweetheart, but you can't avoid love forever. Love is everywhere. There's a lot of things and a lot of negative things that are in the earth. I mean, not earth, but in life and going around. But there's a lot of love as well. And you can't run from it for the rest of your life. So yeah, I think and it's sad because of what people go through. Like, people have gotten cheated on, and you know, just different stuff, like different shicey things. And I'm like, okay, I get it, and I would probably be like that too, but we have to start healing at some point.
Yes.
We can't think the same way all the time.
No,
not forever. Like, okay, it's okay for a little bit. You're still mourning from your heartbreak. I understand,
but we gotta.
It might take a long time. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
growth is important, guys. Because listen, I was a hurt hoe. I remember. I went through a time where I was just like, you know, it's not working out with none of these guys and I'm over it. Right. Because there was a very small moment where I was just over dating multiple guys at once, mm-hmm. because none of them were going anywhere.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was like,
exactly. So it was just tiring and I was just over it. And then when I least expected it, I met my current boyfriend. Right. And it kind of came. That's why I think I like to tell people too, like, for those who are actively looking for a relationship and find that they're not, you know, they're not getting any luck in that department. I genuinely feel like once you stop looking, once you stop trying, once you're at that point where you're kind of like, you know, like, let me just focus on me or focus on like my project, right. Or like
it's gonna come to you.
Yes,
I had to learn that too. Like, I had to learn to stop being like, now when I say I want me a man, I'm not saying that I'm looking for one.
There's saying a difference.
It's a big difference, because I had to learn to not look for a boyfriend, like not be like, oh my God, maybe, you know what I'm saying, you know, I could go here and maybe, you know, like I'll still be in my head, like it just be random thoughts, but I be having a lot of random thoughts, like maybe I'll go somewhere and like, oh, like maybe my soulmate will pop up, but that's just random thoughts. I used to actually believe that like it would just happen that way. Like I would be looking for a dude, basically, like right. Wherever I went on the internet, I would go on Tinder, and I had to learn that Tinder was not for boyfriends. Some people will find boyfriends on there, but and I've heard of people getting married on there, but they don't really end up happy at the end of it. Like it'll start off good, but you can't look for it. That's all in manifestation. I agree, because now like I'm at a point where I'm just like, anything, I always see this thing where it's just like anything that, you know, that is meant for you will come to you.
Yes.
And it's true. Like, it's true, y'all. It is so true. So don't look for a man. Like a man, God will bring you, you know,
your man.
And if it's not your man, if it's not your soulmate, at that point, there will be somebody like there to give you a lesson. Like if he's not there for a lifetime, he's there for a lesson.
Right.
So, that's what I always keep in my mind too. Like maybe the next person I deal with that I think it'll go good, like, and it doesn't, I just have to keep in mind that he was just here for a lesson and not a lifetime. Or maybe he was there for a lifetime, but not a lover, maybe just a friend. So you just have to think of it in all aspects, but you can't look for somebody. I agree. You can't do it because you'll end up attracting the wrong person.
That is so
and then
true.
God will show his ass and be like, now look at you.
Yes.
Look at you looking stupid. Now I said don't do it and you did it again.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, like, I understand. And like there's this one thing where it's just like, oh, Jesus slapped me in the back of the head with his sandal again about something. It's like a TikTok or something. I'll be seeing hella stuff like that on TikTok. And it's true though, because he'd be like, now look at your stupid ass. I told you. Now look at you crying, heartbroken. Because you ain't listen. Go sit down somewhere. Like, hey,
like, I'm sorry.
Like this, like, all right. Like, but yeah, I definitely agree with you, bro. Like, it's
rough, bro. It's rough.
It's
listen, I've been hearing stories from a lot of my single friends, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, guys. I know it's out there.
You know what? I would say that people in the streets have it way harder than people that just sit back and mind their fucking business and wait for the Lord to bring you somebody. Because baby girl, I can't tell you how many times I've been heartbroken by these niggas that have found me. I feel like I have been lured to the streets. I've been lured, I've been tricked, I've been bamboozled to the streets by people that are in the streets, and I'm not trying to be there. I'm thinking this person wants to come home, park the car, and settle, and they want to bring me out there to the streets.
Yep.
And it was a clash, and it just didn't work. Ghetto. So it's hard. It is hard when people trick you into the streets. That's a thing, y'all. I don't care what y'all say. People trick people into the streets. I've been bamboozled plenty of times. So don't be a victim. I'm a victim. We're all a victim at some point. It's hard, yes. And I'm so glad you don't have to go through that right now.
Girl, listen. The streets don't want me. Trust me.
Okay, but she's ruthless though. I'm not. Like, I will say, now when I do get hurt, you don't want to hurt me. Because I turn into a whole different person. That's one thing about me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I get it from my mama. I don't know if it's because I'm a Cancer, because I have heard that Cancers do that. But I can be really mean for a reason. It is for a reason. I'm the nicest, I'm the sweetest person ever. I'm a sweetheart. But I get really mean after I get my heart broken, after I get my feelings hurt. I'll catch an attitude, and I'll have an attitude with you forever. Like, I don't care. Not necessarily hold a grudge. Like, I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I don't wish bad. I wish you all the best of luck, but don't talk to me. Please.
Exactly. Because, I'm not, you already know how I used to be.
Girl. So it's just like, I mean, it's just hard. Dating, especially in 2021, bringing that back around is just, is it even dating? Like, do people consider it dating, or like, are people?
I don't even know. Okay. I don't know what to call it anymore, because it sure as hell isn't courting. I don't think it's exactly dating.
I feel like people don't even court anymore. Like, I feel like that's a done, like, I feel like that's like radio shit.
For like, real.
Just dead and gone. Like, blocked.
Dead and gone.
Gone. Like, no. I don't know what the hell these people got going on. I wasn't made for this era. I definitely have an old soul. I was not made for no sneaky link, and my heart is just not built for that. I am built to settle down
and love.
In love. Like and when I get me a man, I be so obsessed. Like, girl,
I know they don't deserve you
at all. Cause let's not even get into it. That's the tea for real. They don't even deserve all this. Absolutely not.
No.
But there is somebody out there that does. And whenever he comes along, we gonna fight. Cause why did it take you so long?
That's an honest and true question right there. Let's be real.
Like, so punch you. Oh, that's
But honestly, I just want to tell everyone there is hope.
There is hope.
There's hope.
She found her person.
I don't know how.
God is working on mine. He's out there somewhere going through something with somebody, or he's working on something, or he's
bettering himself.
He's on the way.
He's coming.
Now, I don't know how far the GPS says he is.
This is an Amazon Prime, unfortunately, where we get,
1-2 day delivery,
3 day shipments. I wish.
But he's on the way, and he will be on the way for y'all too.
Yes.
100%. So, period.
And on that note, alrighty, guys, I know we were kind of all over the place today, but I hope you enjoyed our first episode ever of 1-800 Hot Mess. Yep. Expect our episodes to release every single Friday. So whether you listen to us on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or whatever else is out there, tune in every Friday.
You won't regret it. Promise you. Like, won't ever get bored, so definitely tune in. We'll have all of our social media in the link description below, so be sure to check out what we have in store, and we're planning some good content for you guys. So yeah, tune in. Yeah, be sure to check out our episode next week, because we're gonna be dropping gems. So
oh yes. Alrighty, guys.
See y'all later.